Guys, she's finally here. Nondescript cardboard box, otherwise known as my new iPhone 14 Pro. Yes! Let's unbox it. Hi guys, I'm Aria. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be unboxing and taking a first look at my new iPhone 14 Pro. I also have my iPhone 13 Pro here, so we can do a couple of comparisons, some camera tests, etc. All right, here we go. Oh, there she is. Ooh, nice slim box, just like last year. So this one, I think last year's box was black, but this one is white. I think this is the third year in a row that I've gotten gold. What can I say? I like what I like. I almost went with the deep purple, the new color this year, but it was a little too deep for me. I feel like if they had like a medium purple or a lighter purple in the Pro, I would have gone for that, but because they didn't, stuck with my standard gold because she's beautiful. I probably shouldn't have slammed it like that. I like that they make it so easy with the little perforated tear thingies, so you can just, oh, she's so pretty. She's so pretty. Alright, so this is what it looks like in the box. She's gorgeous. So right off the bat, they're definitely both 6.1 screen, and they're both the Pro, so they should in theory be the same size. Okay, so in the box we have the phone, and then we've got the little instruction booklets that they always put in here, and a charging cable. Also a little Apple sticker. It would have been nice if the sticker was color matched to the phone, so this would be like a gold. They used to do that. I don't know if they've stopped doing that lately. Onto the phone. All right, let's take off the little... Oh, she's so perfect with no fingerprints. Except for the side, I'm already getting fingerprints on it, but look how shiny it is though, before I mess it up with all my fingerprints. Gorge. Okay, let's do a little comparison here. Ah, God, it's so pretty. Let me put them down next to each other. Okay, yeah, so you can definitely see the cameras themselves are a little bit bigger on the 14 Pro versus the 13 Pro. It's nothing crazy, but I wonder if I still had my 12 Pro, if you could really tell a huge difference between this, because I know the 13 Pro, the camera was bigger than the 12, and now on the 14 it's even bigger. But again, it's not like it's taking up, you know, half the phone or anything, so that's kind of whatever to me. I do feel like this looks a little bit lighter than the 13 Pro, but again, I wonder if that's just because it's new and doesn't have any, you know, anyone touching it all the time and whatnot. But other than that, you can see screens are the same size. Now we're gonna power it up, and if it's anything like last year's, it was pretty easy to transfer over from the old phone to the new phone, so hopefully that is the same. So I also meant to mention I got the 512 gigabyte version. It also comes in 128, 256, and 2 terabyte. I was very tempted to get the 2 terabyte. The past couple times I got the 512, and honestly it was more than enough space for me, so that's why I stuck with the 512 gigabyte version. One of the design things I'm noticing that I haven't heard a lot of people talk about while I'm setting up the phone is at the very top you can kind of see this little microphone, not microphone, see the little speaker, little slit right there. On the iPhone 13, it's much larger, like, oh gosh, okay, go away. So you can see how the little, it's a little dirty, but see how the cutout for the speaker is larger? I didn't know that was a thing, but apparently that's a thing. Probably has to do with this one has the little notch, as you can see, cut out for the camera. This one doesn't have a notch. The little, oh, that was upside down. All right, anyway, this one, as you can see, has the little dynamic island up here versus the notch. Oh, this is upside down again. Versus the notch on the 13 Pro. So that's a very cool addition to the new phone. All right, so I wasn't sure if the dynamic island would do anything if you weren't like using anything. The answer is no. So I tried to, you're supposed to be able to like push it and it'll like pop up and be dynamic and whatnot, but there's nothing to be dynamic with, so let's try something. I'll play some music or something and see what that looks like. It's very interesting though, so basically you can kind of see the camera is right here, the little, oh no, it's over here, the little dot right there, but they've created a little software thing to go around it in that little spot. So it's not, it's more functional than the little notch, which is just there. This actually does stuff. You can get notifications and whatnot up at the top with that. Okay, so you can see I started playing some music and you can see the little wave icon here. And I think there's no there's no artwork for this song, so that's why, but otherwise the artwork would show in that little gray box there. And so I should be able to
press it, yeah, and then it pops up. Oh, there is art, so I don't know why the art didn't show. Okay, there we go. So if you press it, it pops up into a little bit larger of a screen, so you can play and shift, and then it'll go back. That's cool. Oh, now the photo's showing up. Now the little artwork is showing up there. So that's neat. So if you're playing music, like I said, with Dynamic Island, you can push it. It expands to give you a little more control to go back, forward, press play, etc. And then you just tap it and go into the music. Or I wonder how you get rid of it. Do you just... Okay, you just tap elsewhere and the Dynamic Island goes back to where it was. That's kind of cool. That's like neat that it's like a little usable space, like I said, versus the notch where you can't do anything with it. It's just there. So one thing I noticed about the iPhone 14 Pro right off the bat is that it's definitely noticeably faster than the 13 Pro. It's got the A16 Bionic chip in it, and it definitely makes a difference. I think with every iteration of the iPhone, it's always faster, so that's kind of a given, but it's definitely worth noting. I think, you know, as soon as you turn it on, it's like, zoop, 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 zoop. It's a fast phone, which is very exciting. I always like it to get faster and the camera to get better. That's what I'm always looking for in my phone upgrades. And like I said, the Dynamic Island was definitely a feature that I was really, really excited to play with and try around. So I'm looking forward to seeing even more of what the Dynamic Island can do. I was reading earlier today that I guess right now it can't do this, but in the next iteration of iOS 16.1, it's going to be able to show you sports scores up on the Dynamic Island. So it's going to be able to give you some new functionality and be able to really use that space, like I said. So another really cool new feature about the iPhone 14 Pro is the always on display, which I'm very excited about because a lot of times I'll have my phone like this just off and I can't see the time, and that always irritates me that I have to touch it to figure out the time. So now when it's off, it's a little bit dimmer, you'll see, but it's still on and you can still see the time, and you know, if you're watching something, that'll still show up there. But I think that's a very cool feature, and I like having that. It's something small, but it's just neat to have.
All right, let me see if I can get it to kind of show. Yeah, see how the island shifts and moves? It's very cool because it's part of the software. It's not like just a dark notch. This whole pill is actually a dynamic island. It's a dynamic part of the software that shifts and changes as you do different functions on the phone. So I'll show you, see how it kind of shrank.
So as you guys can see, this is what the Dynamic Island looks like when you're on a phone call. So I'm on the phone with Mom. Say hi, Mom.
Hi.
And so it pops up the little contact icon and like the phone speaker or hang up, and you could just tap it and it goes right back into the phone call. I think you just swipe, okay, so you swipe up and it goes back there, and you can see the length of the phone call and the little waveform thing as you're talking with the volume. And then again, you tap it again, goes back in, or long press it and it goes to that. So that's what it looks like when you're on a phone call. Cool. Also, for anyone wondering, I just tried to put my 13 Pro case on the 14 Pro, and as you can see up at the top, it doesn't quite fit. So I might put it on there just for today while I find a new case, just to have something on there. But if you're hoping to use your old 13 Pro cases on the 14 Pro, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work.
So another physical difference that I noticed between the iPhone 14 Pro and the 13 Pro, because you can see, like I said, the cameras are bigger on the on the 14 Pro, but the other difference that I noticed is on the side, you'll see that the 13 Pro has the physical SIM card tray here, whereas the 14 Pro doesn't have it anymore. So they've got electronic SIM cards now, so you don't need the actual physical SIM card to change your number and all that kind of stuff. So very interesting. The test video for the iPhone 14 Pro. Hair's looking shining. We love to see it. And this is a video on the iPhone 13 Pro. Hair still looking shining, so we still love to see that.
Alright guys, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching my iPhone 14 Pro unboxing and first impressions video. Let me know what you guys thought, and let me know in the comments if you guys picked up one of the new iPhones and which model and which color you got. Definitely interested to see if other people got gold or got the Pro or the Pro Max or the Plus or the 14 or the blue or the purple or black or silver. I'm very curious to see what other people are getting, so let me know in the comments, and be sure to like and subscribe, share this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!